You guys push the table so close.
Fun.
Hey,
This is episode 16 or 17?
17.
The world's greatest jiu-jitsu podcast in the whole wide world. Thank you for tuning in.
This is Captain Papi.
Captain Poppy, don't forget my name.
So we have two topics. We're gonna just dive into it because you guys F around too much. Okay, first topic is, last week we had Worlds.
You missed the last one, fool.
I did.
Last week we had Worlds, and let's talk about the hot topic of the DQ of Tainan.
Yeah.
That's BS. BS.
I mean, it is in the rules. Francisco Lowe's just a chump.
But for me, the icing in the cake was the Mendes bros. Bro, these bros were like, we have receipt. Last year, this man did him dirty. We have pictures. We have videos. This is nothing new. This man threw himself on the floor like a soccer player and cried like a little baby. And that's how he tries to get his victory.
Yeah.
You know what? But to be honest, I watched the middleweight run, and he was like messing with his knee the whole time after that whole Tainan thing.
Well, you have to believe your own lie.
I'm just saying, like how many of us have been in like the matrix position and turn the knee over and collapse that, like get both hands to move it. I get it, it's illegal, but a lot of us just spin out and,
But also, think about this, right? You go against someone like Tainan, right? And people with no values whatsoever wouldn't care. And they just pull dirty moves. He did it last year when Tainan didn't even touch him and he threw himself on the floor crying because his eyes got poked, allegedly. Why not do it this year and see if he pins out? No, I don't want that. That shit is nasty.
this is good to me.
These are better than
But that's true, like last year he got his eyes poked.
Allegedly?
I mean, like when I watched the video, it didn't even look like he even poked his eye.
The angle I saw, you can't really tell. And if he did, I don't know how many times I got poked in the eye and I just give me a few seconds and I'm back.
And not only that, like how many times have you been injured or hurt and you just keep going? Bro, I broke my thumb in my first match and I was like, let's check it off and keep going. Or just close your eyes. That's what you have to. You can keep rolling with just one eye.
Hey, you know what? That kind of brings me to this next point. Like when you grab a submission and people roll out of bounds to get out of the submission, I think it should be a DQ.
Yeah.
Because when Brian got caught in that triangle and he literally lifted the guy.
Yeah, started walking out of bounds.
So get this.
Over to out of bounds.
I think you stepped out of bounds.
I think he did. I remember that he did.
But the rule is, if it's the way, me and Braden actually talked about this today, and maybe it's because I'm a little biased. I wish Isaac Doderlein, I wish Isaac Doderlein won at Worlds, because he caught a nasty footlock, and the dude rolled out aggressively out of bounds, and then in the IBJJF rules, if it's the way of the escape, they'll just give the other opponent 2 for the submission attempt and then reset, right? But look at Brian's DQ when he stood up with the triangle, and walked. Here's my thought process with that. What happens to your triangle when you stand up? It's not the same. It gets loose, right?
Gravity, bro.
And I'm just saying, Brian was just walking out. The triangle's getting looser and looser. It's the direction of the. Yo, man, where does the bias? Where does it articulate in the rules that one's fleeing and one's just making the submission? You can't really determine.
Or what if you let go and then you drop himself on the ground and it's considered that someone else drop you or slam you? I think there should be cameras and then you just need to replay it because human error, right? The ref have the power to give you the win or the lose. Come on, let's rely on technology.
There's good and bad with that too, because it's with like other professional sports, like if they don't do it right, they sit there and like for a long time, like just BSing on replay.
But it's worlds.
But make a decision. Like there's one league that does it. They do it pretty quickly. They're like, nope, okay, yep, that's not a penalty. Let's go back. And then so you got to have guys ready to do that. But
plus the matches are recorded anyways.
yeah.
Now get this. Now if they had the Craig Jones like arena, the karate combat arena, and
Can't
that
skate.
dude got caught in that toe hold, what's going to happen now?
He ain't gonna roll out.
He's not going to roll out.
It might even sink it in deeper.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
this is the thing, it's like where are the, let's say, morals of the game are going, right? Because you are playing the system. It's the same thing as, hey, this is the size and weight of the gi that you have to wear. Oh, but now we allow a lighted one. I'm just gonna go and get a lighted one. Because you have to bend the rules a little bit, just enough so you're not breaking the rule in order to give an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's every sport though.
Yeah, it is.
Really.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
like
judo.
I can't. Well, there's ways people can cheat in judo too.
I don't know about anything.
I really don't either, but I'm sure that exists. It's just sports in general.
Yeah.
There's ways that people could cheat. There's ways that people could take advantage of rule sets.
Yep.
But there is ways to prevent it, as you mentioned. If you have a place like the karate stage, you cannot run away.
Yeah.
The same as an octagon. You cannot get out of the cage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But for like submissions, there's ways to leverage yourself off the cage. That's why
Yeah.
that's why people like the karate combat style, because the walls are
They can just
canted.
walk on the just walk on the wall.
Yeah.
They can't walk on the wall.
They cannot.
No,
Oh,
because
okay.
it's angled backwards like that. It's a little weird.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought Craig Jones kind of like.
Well,
climbed.
he jumped off.
Oh,
the
he
wall.
jumped off.
Yeah.
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 So it didn't walk. Jump.
For the arm.
But I think he talked about like one of the guys kind of challenged him into doing that. He says,
Yeah.
"I can make it work."
Yeah.
Because it was for some brand or something like that. He's like, if you can do that, he's like, it really helps out. And
Yeah.
he's like, I think I
remember.
can do that.
Yeah.
Like bet. But in conclusion, it was BS.
I
Tainan
think
is the
so.
man. He
Yeah.
has so much talent, and he got robbed. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But technically he didn't though. Just being devil's advocate,
no,
technically
yeah.
he didn't. People lose on rule sets all the time
Mm-hmm.
because the IBJJF and like a lot of other organizations, the rules are like huge and it's hard to keep up with like new changes all the time. But I think this rule has been in place for a long time. I think it's just some people didn't call out that certain class. And
Well, I think it's a factor of the theatrical part of it, right?
Yeah,
This guy's like,
theatrics,
oh,
yeah.
my knee, and through the floor, and I'm like, flip out.
According to the video, I mean, it was just like a quick, like he didn't really.
I think it was
clasp
like
on
a
the leg.
transition.
He
Yeah.
just kind of touched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that guy, like you can already see that he was already like like
Right.
this before the connection.
And the same with last year, so you have a reputation already,
Yeah.
and you're not making a case for yourself.
No.
Yeah. So we'll finish off with that. We have kids class about to happen soon. So sorry guys, short episode, but Worlds 2024 is freaking lit. You need to watch it. My favorite division to watch was featherweight and Adam Warzinski's like run to gold.
I'm sorry, the lightweight divisions for the purple belt ladies, that was spicy. I was like, oh my god, I cannot compete against people like that. Forget it. I stay in master. I'm not even competing, but if I do, I just stay in master because that's my people is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
It doesn't get any better though.
It doesn't get any better. No, these ladies are like freaking jacked.
When they all start like going into matches too, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, they start getting like all jacked, and
Well,
you're like,
we got the great equalizer.
Yeah.
Like Acai and Jesus, baby.
True.
yeah, that's true.
If you want it.
If you're not,
If you don't care about your blood pressure,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
having
if you
heart
don't care
attacks.
about dying young,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Okay, second thing is about kids class. We're just gonna talk about just funny things that happen in kids class.
Or things in general, because we've been kids coaches for quite some time.
Who's gonna talk about Lou? Who wants to talk about Lou first?
I thought we weren't gonna mention names.
Oh, Lou's dad, if you're watching this,
This is
Wes,
for you.
this is for you. This is the episode
Well,
for you.
I'm gonna tell it
One of
because
you two tell it because
because
didn't see
I
it.
was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, But don't you see that though from Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Straight up.
what happened
she doesn't do it
was.
anymore, but she'll get in mount.
So what happened was she just starting. She is a girl with very strong character, and she's great. She goes on mount with this kid and grab this kid's both hands and on the mat, and then she start like grabbing the wrist and start punching this kid in the face with his own hands, and she starts saying, "Stop punching yourself in the face! Stop punching yourself in the face!" When I saw that, I was like, "Oh my God, Lou, we don't do this here." And this other kid on the bottom was like, "I don't know what to do." I was like, "Bro, you need to find it out. What you mean? You're getting bullied by this girl."
Lou's a monster.
Man, that was hilarious. I will never forget that. She did it. I was like, "Oh my God, like control yourself."
I'm gonna do that to Matt.
Good luck.
Stop punching yourself in the face. I was like, "Bro."
You'll get some winning.
Hey, I'm gonna fart on your chest when we do it.
Oh, actually, last class, I think it was Nogi. I was with one of the kids, and I was we were teaching them half guard. Man, this kid keep farting like a freaking animal, and he's dying laughing and farting at the same time. I was like, you know what? I'm done with you. I can't.
Speaking of stinky,
Yes.
we have certain kids that come visit, and one of them actually started the trial class. Remember this, Matt?
I don't know.
The lady, the kid, the
Just
girl.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Boy, she stank, man. Holy cow.
But that was like a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago.
Quotation marks.
Allegedly.
Alleged. But yo, like some kids, like some people's. I actually talked to Brayden about this one too. I'm like, you know what? At being the coach, you kind of get like thrown a lot of things at you because one, all of us are everyone's freaking mentor. We're everyone's daddy. We're everyone's mommy. We have to go and like
Separate
police
that,
them,
yeah.
And I get it. Some parents just want an hour away from the kids. But we can't be the person that tells them that they need to shower.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to because hygiene, jiu-jitsu,
And if they're
grappling.
brand new to martial arts and the sport,
boy,
sometimes
man.
But
Goodness, man, this little girl. I mean, God bless her.
And not only that, there are also some of them hitting like puberty, I think, and
They just don't know that they stink.
Boy.
And I mean, this was like so bad. Like I legit could not stand over the technique and like help them. I was like dry. Remember, I was dry heaving a little bit, man. I was like, ooh. I'm like, Lord.
I think my favorite stinky story is at the old gym when you were teaching and someone had you in close guard and will just let one rip right on your thigh.
Thanks, Matt. we don't have to match names, Matt. And none of the kids laughed. None of the kids.
None of them heard it, but you felt it. I was dying laughing.
It vibrated on my thigh.
I
was
let
a
it out.
butt slapper.
Yeah, and we just made eye contact, and I was just laughing, and it was fantastic.
I can't teach class with this guy. That's why he's the worst Uki.
No, he's not the worst Uki. You are legit the worst person to be Uki with.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you guys mean?
Well, it's like, I don't rip it. I was like, God dang. Come back again. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's hard being your uki sometimes.
Yeah.
How am I a bad
Oh, but
Uki?
hold up.
No, you're not a bad uki. You're a bad
No, you're a bad,
uki abuser.
yes, Uki abuser.
How did this evolve from kids class to
I don't know.
We guys don't listen to any of this.
But
They're
actually,
liars.
I remember
They
something
lie.
that is so fun. It's not related to kids class, but I have to say it. We went visiting a gym once, and we just preparing for competition. Just getting ready the day before competition. Yada yada yada. This man goes and asks this lady, to train. Hey, do you want to roll? She turns around, look at him, and he goes, "No, thank you." This man felt rejected. Rejection to its finest.
The best part though is he immediately, because I was on the other side.
I didn't wait 0.02 milliseconds.
He turned around, looked at me. He's like, "You want to roll?" If I was, if I was on cue, I would have been like, "No, thank you." but I said, "Yeah, let's go, bud."
Oh, but you felt
Dude,
it.
I felt the rejection because I was right there with you. I was
Dude,
like,
man,
"Ooh."
but she was looking at me, man. Like, you're like, what do you? Oh, do you want to roll? No, thank you. Like, I mean, can you not be weird, man?
Disclaimer. Hey, we accept that you say no, thank you. You have
Yeah,
your boundaries.
that's fine,
That's
yeah,
great.
it's great.
But that was just hilarious.
Yes.
Like she made the eye like, hey, I want to roll with
Yeah.
you. He goes to her. He's like, oh, you want to roll? No, thank you.
Well, I mean, we always encourage it, but for me, like that was the first time I've ever heard anybody like really turn you down too. So I was like it hurt me.
Yeah.
Too. I was like, oh. I was like, I don't know how to take this.
You felt the rejection.
I was like, oh, yeah, sure, okay.
Oh man, that's so funny. I remember, just going back to the kids' class now. I used to teach in another gym, and this kid, this little turd, every time I said something, he was like, "What? What? Like I know I have an accent, and I'm trying to be as clear as possible. And every time I said, "Hey, go to close guard," what? Go to close guard. What? Go to close guard. His mom gets up. She's like, he understands what you're saying. I was like, no shit. No shit.
I remember at the old place, the one kid you'd be teaching, he just
Yep. Freaking Wyatt.
We're not saying names.
Well, he doesn't train with us. So I meant,
It can be any why then.
yep. And
Nope.
we got kids class. Well, guys, we got to cut it out. Oh, one time we were bowing out. I have to tell this story every single time. Like all the kids coaches were lined up. I saw this
know
kid
it's
had a full fist in his mouth, and he sticks his hand out. Slobber came out. I was like, no. Touch you on the head. None of the coaches saw it, so they reached out, shook his hand. They're like, "What the heck was that?"
You jerk.
You didn't warn us? That's disgusting.
No, of course not.
That's disgusting.
You deserved it.
Wow.
You guys deserved it. But anyways, that's the jiu-jitsu talks. I'm choking on my spit.
Remember, like, subscribe, comment, send us a message. Be cool. What that right here, the link or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Yes.
I don't edit, so you're not going to see the pop-up. Just subscribe. Okay? That's
Okay,
it.
thank
Peace.
you. Bye.
Bye. What are you doing?
No, thank you.
Wow.
Oh. Hey. Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Let's go.
God, why do
didn't
you
get
guys make the table so close?
He was pushing the current.
Yeah.